My first guest, this is terribly exciting. She's a great comedian and a wonderful actor, and maybe you've caught her in the major motion picture Black Santa 2, or also 50 Shades of Black. She was also in the television program Conan. Please welcome Jenny Zigrino. Nice to see you.
Nice
today.
to look at you.
Thank you very much.
All right, great.
Fireworks already.
Clearly,
Oh,
get to work.
that's the crystals happening for us. It's really amplifying. That's what Port says. It's an amplifier. So you're doing good. You're here in San Francisco for the Sketchfest. Did you participate in any of the rallies and marches that are happening?
I did. I just came from the protest. Made a sign. It's over there. It's appropriate to bring it up. Marched for about 10 minutes and then had to leave to come back here. So,
That's probably a fair
10 minutes. I think I did my patriotic duty of the morning. 10 minutes. It's more than a man's given me. Hey. Okay, we're good now. We're good.
Poppity pop pop pop. There it is again. Jenny, that's so wonderful. Well, I'm glad that you're participating in democracy. And now, I wanted to talk to you about a specific thing, because as we go through this evening, ladies and gentlemen, all of my guests have very specific passions and great curiosity about things, and they pursue things very, very deeply and intently. So now, Jenny, at some point you wanted to become a comic book artist?
I did.
You went to art school?
I went to arts, high school and art school.
Oh, that's a double.
I know, double whammy of pretentiousness of being
You really didn't like math.
Just so everyone knows, I didn't pass algebra 2. That's how bad it was then. Yeah, and then, but my art high school was like, whatever. You're not going to use it doing whatever art you do.
Math is irrelevant, as we've all seen.
Yeah. Telling lots of shit where to go, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you around that time, I'm not sure if it's when comedy intersected with that, I'm not sure where that happened for you, but at some point you were a historical reenactor.
Yes. When I lived, aside from Minnesota, and we had, it's not as good anymore, we had a really great Renaissance Festival, where I used to work at the Renaissance Festival for many years, and then I moved on to being a historical reenactor in Boston on the Boston Freedom Trail, dressing in colonial costumes.
This is great, and so we're going to put a pin in the Ren Fair and come back to that.
Okay.
But the historical reenactment on the Freedom Trail, what exactly is involved in that? That's a hiking path, or you're out there in some kind of log cabin explaining butter churning? What's going on?
Well, okay, first of all, I was very wealthy in colonial times, so I had churning on butter.
Thank you.
Amazing. I was a loyalist. And I would go around, there's a lovely little red brick thing in Boston that you can follow. It's the first part of it hits about 13 different historical sites.
How long is it?
The first part of it is less than a mile. It takes about an hour and a half to do with a tour that I would give you guys. I'm great. And then the other, it's about 3 miles altogether. So it starts off with the Boston Common and would end at the Old Ironsides boat.
Sure. Yeah.
I can't even remember what it's actually called right now. It's been a while. Guys, it's been
Okay.
3 years.
It's all right. We have kind of chowder in our minds, don't we?
We all have to remind us full of chowder.
It's tough to think through all the clams. But now you were a loyalist, which means you were loyal to the.
That was the revolutionary shot. Heard around the world.
The important thing is that this is for an audio podcast.
Yeah, so whoever's listening to this in the car is going to love it.
Is it your mic?
I don't know.
I'm going to try a different one.
That's me.
I'll try a different one. Try a different one. It's scaring me and giving me heart palpitations.
Is it haunted? I think it's haunted.
we're going to honor its spirit and just leave it right there. Because that's the Revolutionary War coming through us. There were lots of, were there any ghosts? Have you ever seen a ghost out there?
I never saw any ghosts.
No.
No, but apparently there are many.
Yes.
And there's a book made out of human skin, too, in Boston. I wooed a human skin book.
But you know, I talked to the librarian who was doing the book on human skin, so I know all about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, check the archives, that's a good listen. But anyhow, so you were out there, you're doing the thing. As I understand, you're attracted to both the Renaissance Fair and the Freedom Trail.
I'm attracted to any time I can dress up, not in like this clothing.
Right, you're excited about the fashion of it.
I love it, yeah.
Yes, well that's what I'm excited about too. Because I've been to a red fair, sure,
Yeah.
I went to some of those.
Which one did you go to?
Well, I went to the ones in Pennsylvania, where the birthplace of the Renaissance.
Oh, yeah. The Northern Renaissance?
That's right, yep. William Penn brought over the Renaissance from Italy.
Yeah.
And out there, they sit. So, I went there.
We're like at opposite mics right now. Mine was exploding, yours imploding.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Just hold it, Dave. Look at
I'm gonna do that. So, yes, fashion, Ren Fair, I was there. I won a contest.
What
You know what contest I won at the Ren Fair?
best copies?
Thank you. That's so much better than what I actually won. No, I won the gurning contest.
What's the gurning?
My face making, of course. I was very popular in high school. It was great to be there. I always liked it, but now part of the fashion that confuses me with the Renaissance, and is it one company that runs every Ren Fair?
There's a one big one
Yeah.
that runs a ton of them.
So is the corporation.
Right. Even the Ren Fair.
Even the Ren
Even the
Fair.
Ren Fair's a corporate scout.
Do you think their offices, they all dress like that? It's like
I hope that.
a corporate mall somewhere, they're all just walking around checking copies in their
Yeah.
bodices.
In their boxes.
Probably not, that's a silly idea, Dale. Why would we do that? We wear regular clothes.
We wore our costumes in the office at the Freedom Trail.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you have a bonnet?
It's under the hat you would wear for kind of a bonnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Now, with the Renaissance outfit, let me understand this. Why was there so much of this area exposed? And I'm referring to my chest on the ladies.
Cleavage?
Cleavage. Was that historically accurate? Because they certainly would not want for fabric. The rest of it was pretty covered.
I mean, you were usually actually very covered. Like, even if you had your cleavage, you still had like a shawl or something covering you. Or, depending on what part of society you were in. If you were wealthier, you didn't have to wear as much covering at the top, but you also have the most ornate gowns possible. But like all that stuff, like Ren Fair, and there's like a winch with her shoulders hanging out, and she's like, "Ooh, I'm a winch," which, by the way, just means waitress. It's all it means. Bullshit. Okay. That's all shit. That's not historically accurate at all. And like, if you were trying to be a wench, but you really meant that you were a whore or whatever, whores were actually very covered during that time because they don't want people to recognize them in the street. So, yeah, so all that like shit. Yeah, they love turtlenecks were invented in the 18th century.
To hide the whoring.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But not too much.
No.
You want to show just a little.
A little tease, a little ankle maybe.
tease,
Something like
and
that.
little syphilis scars.
Same. But what was your station within the Ren Fair?
I was just like an actor. Like, I would just run around and try to entertain people.
Yeah.
So I created this character where I was an artist, and I would just do really horrible drawings of people, and then give it to them. And I wasn't allowed to take tips though, because I was being paid a very lucrative $2 a day. I'm not shooting you. I was paid like $2 a day, but I did it for the love of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that happens now when artists are around Christmas time.
Yep.
They give you stuff that you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice that they do it.
Yeah.
It's nice. you won't ever see that thing again, but it's nice.
No,
But now, with your interest though is within fashion
I like
and
that.
history. And what is it that coincides between the two? Because politics and fashion goes hand in hand. You see the charts for like the hemline is raising and lowering with the stock market prices and things. They're linked, aren't they?
I don't think with the stock market prices. The hens would go during wartime, you know, because you had less fabric, your hem was going higher. So that fabric was going to the boys.
But when we were during the recession, recently, everyone was wearing skinny jeans, and that meant that people could charge the same amount for jeans, but with less fabric.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's linked.
Is it linked? Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it.
I'm gonna send you a JPEG. The fact is
You
that
need to
politics and
a
fashion.
Washington Post article or something.
My neighbor sent it to me, and I'm gonna send it to you. I trust everything on there. Politics and fashion go hand in hand. Are
I
you?
think they do to a certain extent.
That's the extent I'm interested in. So, for instance, this current moment, how do we explain what Kellyanne Conway was wearing
Her like
at the inauguration?
her little soldier's uniform or whatever it was, like a
Very
nutcracker.
confusing.
She had a
Yes,
nutcracker.
she did. A bad one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't work anymore.
With cat buttons everywhere, very large buttons. Is that what we're looking at? Is
I mean,
this-
I hope that's the future. You know, we're all just dressed like really shitty Christmas ornaments. I want to be a broken one. I want to be that really shitty broken one that you got when you were like a kid and it had that one guy. That's what I want.
That's what you, that's what I
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it seems like things are going
Yeah, but I'm
pretty well.
Jewish, so I can't. Can I be just a half a menorah? Can I just dress like a broken menorah?
I don't know what can happen in Trump's America anymore. So you better be
I will
careful.
say the
Stick with
draft
Christmas
is
ornament.
over. I mean, it's kind of weird to think the draft's over and Trump's president. Like, he's gonna take credit for it, and no one's gonna be bothered by it. They're gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense. Like when today he said that God stopped the rain during his inauguration.
Yeah.
But it started it over here.
It's fun to live in the world of lies.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. Do you think that we'll have, instead of a Ren Fair, we'll have Trump fairs where everybody wears ill-fitting suits and red ties? No, probably not.
Hopefully.
Your son's can't have
No, I mean, it's not gonna be any people. Just amusement.
Just you.
Just weird, like amusement.
Hunting for scraps.
Yeah. That'll probably be a corporate thing too.
They'll own it.
Yeah. Starbucks will.
Thank goodness for stand up, right?
Yeah, it's great. No, I understand. It's great. We can all laugh, guys.
We can all
This,
laugh.
I will say that if he actually does do his 4 years, it will be great for comedy because greatest comedy comes out of shit. Shit time.
Well, it's gonna be pretty far down, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty good
It's
comedy.
gonna be really great. It's gonna be like that second coming of who's funny? I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another Richard Pryor coming out.
We have to end on an optimistic note, don't we?
Yeah, no, it's gonna get good for comedy, but you know, everyone else not good.
All of us in our comedy clubs.
Yeah, we're
The
gonna
wall keeping everyone out.
the brick wall that we stand behind.
We should have known. Comedians were telling us all along. Be careful. The wall's coming. There's some jokes about black men, but the wall's coming. It's true, isn't
No
it?
health insurance.
But, did you get to do anything typically? Because of course you live in LA now, you worked in Boston. You come up with Rick Jenkins and everybody?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rick
okay.
is like my comedy dad.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We say hello to Rick and salute his fine efforts, if you're listening. But then you came up for the festival. Do you do anything typically in San Francisco while you're here?
No, I've not really been here too much. I went to a bar last week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I went over to Berkeley and brought that crystal.
That's a great crystal. I
Thank you.
mean, I'm more interested in the one next to it though.
That one's from New York.
That's
Yeah.
attached to wood. You brought this from
I
New
brought
York?
that
How
one
did you get your TSA with this power?
It was quite a feat. I had to do a big pat down.
Yeah. Were they like, God, don't worry about it, it's just crystals. All right, go.
That's
You're
fine,
good.
let him go.
You got
Let
quarters,
him
no
go,
problem.
he's looking at me too long.
Yeah. Well, Jenny, you gonna do some other shows here at the festival?
I am, I'm on the dozen, the Sketchfest dozen.
Sketchfest dozen?
It's like the 12 comedians they've decided are like up and comers
Oh,
or something.
wow,
So
that's good.
I'm up and coming.
You
Yes.
certainly are. You certainly are. Well, can you stick around?
I'd love to stick around.
Okay, so I think you're gonna like what comes next.
All right.
Okay, Jenny Zigrino, ladies and gentlemen.